This obviously was designed, it looks like, for an import Floyd Rose style. These do not fit in here. They will not fit. If I pound them in, all it's going to do is crack the wood. So we're going to have to drill these much deeper and also much wider. So we're going to take care of that next. All right, now I'm going to walk you through the installation of this D-tuna. I've actually already installed it, and this is so simple. It's almost ridiculous, especially if it's off the guitar. If it's on the guitar, you want to put something underneath. I usually use a piece of rubber matting, just like this. Slide it under your bridge. Go ahead and loosen your E-string. So this is all you're going to do. Literally all I had to do was, well, I read the instructions. There is a fine tuner and there is a little Allen key here. So the instructions are here. The instructions aren't very good, but if you actually, it just shows you what the thing looks like. It doesn't tell you how to do it, but this is what it comes with. So you've got two different ones depending on two different screws. So all I had to do was make sure this was loose, your fine tuner, and I'm just going to pop this out and then just put it right back in again. I took out the original, just like that. There's a spring inside here. So I popped this original one out, set it aside, grab the spring, put this in here, put your little D-tuna in. You're gonna go ahead, pull this little spring piece back, slide this in, take your Allen key. I do not know what size this is. It is metric though. And then just back it off till it clicks in. Go ahead and screw it in a little bit. And then to use it, all you do is have it like this normally. You flip it over. I believe that's your normal position. You're like this. It's going to pop in under this spring. And then you're in drop D. And then all you do is pull it back out, spin it back around again, and you're out. You're back in E. That is it. If there's any further questions or whatever, you can always check online, or you can always contact me through here or through Facebook. But that is it for the D-tuna. So we just went ahead. Let's move this to the side. I did this in just a minute or two. So we had to go ahead and enlarge these holes. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and put our posts in. So these originally were 9mm. This is 30mm deep. These holes on here were only about, I would say, 15 to 20 at the most. So they weren't deep enough. We've also got to drill that that ground hole. So let's go ahead and do that while we're here, because we want to have a double ground just in case the one on the claw fails. And the good thing is because that hole, basically this thing is 30mm. It's the same, basically the same, exactly the same size as this. So I just drilled a hole to make sure that that fell in and it's just underneath flush. So now we know when we put this in, because the hole's not perfectly flat at the bottom, they should fit perfectly. So we're going to go ahead and drill this into that cavity, and then we're going to shove a wire in there. All right, there we go. So that is done. We could probably just use this wire because it's short, and then that's going to hook on. I think we want to use let's use a longer one. Plus I want to use a black one so we know that that's our ground. Which reminds me, I need to buy more black wire, running out quickly. Okay, so this one comes out about this far, so we're just going to make this one where it comes out about the same. Just cut it with your either these or a pair of diagonal cutters. And this is pullback wire again, so we're gonna let's go ahead and knock that wood chips out. And this post is also an adjustable post. So along with it came this. So you can adjust this once you get your post height set. You just twist this Allen thing and it locks it right in. So I think that's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to try and put this wire in, shove it in this hole, and then when I tighten down this set screw right here, it's going to squeeze this wire down at the bottom, and then we'll have a good ground. So instead of just putting it around the edge and then it's just going to get pinched in there or get cinched on the side like this, we're going to have it go inside here. So let's give that a shot, see if we can do it. Might have to use the other side, or we might have to drill this hole a little bigger just to get the thing through. Nope, there we've got it. Now we've just got to try and fish it out. All right, we're just going to do it the standard way. So once again, these are 11mm holes. These were 9. And then this is actually about 11.2mm. All right, we're getting ready to put these bridge posts in. And when you're doing this, I always recommend a hammer like this, just to make sure it's seated properly. No, I'm kidding. Don't ever use this, please. So you want to use a small little hammer like this, where you've got a poly side and then a rubber side. So we've got our ground wire sticking in there. And All right, so that's that. Now we'll go ahead, put these in. We're not going to put the bridge on for now until we get everything else in. And then we string it in, but we're ready for the bridge. So let's just kind of see how that's going to go. Make sure everything lines up, everything's good. We've got enough room for it to float a little bit. Okay, it looks like that's going to be good. I've actually got it down pretty low in there. It's probably going to sit a little bit higher. Right about there to make it floating. It all depends on the height off of the neck. Okay, so we are going to, I guess we'll start installing these electronics. The only problem is this output jack did not come with the screws for it, so I'm gonna have to find some. I was able to find one pick guard screw, so I'm gonna have to go look through my drawer, try and find another one, and then we will continue on with this. All right, so we're back where we were a little while ago before the bridge installation. So we are going to go ahead and hook these up. So this is our output jack hot, which is going to go on number 2. Hopefully I'm not blocking the camera. Can't really tell if I am. So just push down again. Once again, shove the wire in there, give it a tug. Move that aside. We'll go to the ground. Same thing. Give that a tug. It's good. Now we've got this ground post right over here. Hopefully you guys can see that. That we put all the grounds from the pickups on. So we're going to go ahead and feed these through there. I'm going to move this over here a little bit like this just because of the way we got to route it. And I want to make sure that those wires stay tucked in here and don't get pinched. So you're just going to feed those underneath this right here, and then simply tighten this screw. And now all our grounds are connected. We're getting ready to install the neck after this, but we're going to go ahead and put this in, make sure everything fits in here nice and snug. No wires are pinched. All right, let's see. Let me pull this back just a little bit. It's got to go right there. All right, I think we're set. So we are going to start drilling some holes for this pick guard, and then we'll drill holes for this. I want to make sure it's nice and kind of lined up with the pick guard. I don't want it all crooked. Well, I guess the way it is in there, it pretty much won't move. So we've got black screws for the pick guard, so it looks nice and flush. And then we didn't have the 2 screws for this, so I found 2 stainless screws and just used a little, I believe this is 1500 grit or something. Yeah, and just rubbed it across a few times, kind of polish it up. So all you do is just take it. If you've got some kind of dull screws, just kind of rub it around, wipe it off. Brings it back fairly shiny. These are stainless, so they're not going to shine quite like chrome plated, but all right. So I'm going to go ahead and start drilling some holes. We've got our neck plate. And it comes with this little black plastic, kind of rubbery, I don't know. And I also was searching through the the box that my brother sent me, and lo and behold, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is a chrome 3-way pickup selector switch. So I will go ahead and put this on, and I don't know if he's going to want the black or the chrome. He might change his mind, so I'll probably send this back with him with both of them on it. Let's see if this one even fits. And this one doesn't seem to fit. It looks the same. Let me switch it around here. I can get a little bit better view on it. Maybe I just don't have it lined up right. There we go. All right, so now we've got a chrome tip, so it's a little bit easier to see, I guess, when you're playing live. So that's what it's going to look like. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to start drilling these holes for the pick guard. Put the neck on, or put this on first, then the neck. And then this guitar will be together for the first time.